Very, very quickly, because of time, I think we've only got about 5 minutes. We're going into the election year very soon. Your thoughts on the electoral reforms and the activities prevailing?
The ECZ has been very disappointing. The role of ECZ is to conduct fair and free elections. Fair and free elections are not only done on the day of voting.
Yeah.
The process, the long process to the elections should be transparent, should be accountable. Yeah, we have seen the ECZ acting outside their mandate. They're introducing rules that border on differentializing in political parties. And there's been no consultation. The recent consultative meeting they had at Mulungushe was because one of our members rose on the floor of the House to question the actions of ECZ and how they are not engaging stakeholders. So then they quickly assembled that meeting. Yeah, so we would have expected better from Wangala Zalomes because of her experience in politics and her training.
Yeah.
She's been the West ECZ chairperson so far. And we want to, at an appropriate time, with other stakeholders, we're going to call for our removal.
Yeah.
Wangala Zalomes cannot conduct credible elections. We begin to question from the word go. We'll be able to put up a case and account and catalog the many decisions she has made or ECZ has made under her charge that clearly makes other stakeholders feel the elections will not be free and fair.
We can't end this program. We've covered a number of local issues, but we are not an island in terms of international relations. Council member of Parliament, Mundubile. Our geopolitics. Where does it stand today in the SADC region? Our relationship with China, our relationship with the USA, please.
I think of our geopolitics and relationships are strained very clearly for a number of reasons. First of all, I think within the region, I don't think we're enjoying very good relationships with our neighbors. And some of these stem from how the current government has treated its political opponents. Remember, Frank, that we're in the global world. The way I look at you, I know if I touched you, somebody in Cameroon will say, "Why are you treating Frank like that?" Now at presidential level, you can imagine that's it's even worse. So I think from the time President Edgar Changwa Lungu died, we came to realize that many countries around us have got problems with us. This is a fact. And
China, America?
Yes, I think from the beginning, when UPND took over power, Frank, if you're following Parliament, we were very clear as the opposition, as leader of opposition. I would say to the Vice President that Zambia is a friend to all. Even as you begin to look at your foreign policy, ensure that you remain friends to all, because that's the sort of culture we got from Kenneth Kaunda and it carried on. In the beginning, I think they aligned themselves with the West, so much with the West, and had ignored the East completely. We, on the floor of the House, a number of occasions, advised the Vice President that the President should take time to visit China. China is a very big economy and a very big friend to Zambia. And I think those calls were ignored until after some time, when we saw the President take a trip to China. And obviously, we know that before Kamala Harris visited, there were a number of undertakings the President had made, I think, when he visited America. And I think from our assessment, some of those undertakings, most of those were not fulfilled. And obviously, unfulfilled promises can strain relationships.
Right.
That's right.
Right. My final, questions. Take a bit of time, maybe just 2 minutes to 3 minutes. What should preoccupy, PF going forward? What should preoccupy the opposition parties? What should preoccupy, UPND? What indeed should preoccupy the country leading to 2026? And if whichever party asked you to stand for presidency, what would you be reaction? And also comment on the announcement by Dorika Banda that she's game for 2026. Yours.
Thank you. I think what should preoccupy the current government, what should preoccupy PF and many other political parties now, the country needs to heal, first and foremost. Remember that we are a constitutional democracy.
Yeah.
And there will always be a ruling party and opposition political parties. But the environment must be right. The country has to heal. The country, Frank, is so divided. The environment is so toxic that people would pick a very small fight and it just implodes into something else. So I think as a matter of urgency, the country first has to heal. Secondly, going forward, starting with the ruling government and whoever may want to lead this country, let's for once start thinking about Zambia.
Yeah.
The first thing is to think about Zambia. If we're going to think about mining, it doesn't matter how powerful the other mining houses are, but let's think about how Zambians can increase their participation in the mining sector, because that resource belongs to them. These mining houses don't actually come with money. They only come with ideas. They use the resource to leverage their borrowing.
Yeah.
Zambians have run these mines before. They were running these mines before.
Yeah.
Qualified engineers, experienced engineers. Most of the Zambians are in the Panama, they're in South Africa, they're in Bolivia as CEOs of mining houses.
Yeah.
Can we begin to look for these people, headhunt them, to come and run mines here? They know where they know where to get the money. They know where to get the skills. So in whatever we do, let Zambians be first. That way, we'll resolve so many challenges. We will not be dreaming about the IMF.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing for a Minister of Finance to celebrate that the IMF has now approved 184 million. They're paying that installment. That's very embarrassing.
Yeah.
60 years after independence. This is in a country where minerals from one part of the country like Mumbwa worth $5 billion are exiting the country, and you're celebrating a loan of 184 million. There's something wrong. Okay? There's so much money in Northwestern Province, so much money on the Copper Belt, so much money in Central Province.
Yeah.
But the minister is always with a begging bowl. There has to be a complete paradigm shift,
Right.
in terms of thinking. There has to be some transformational thinking around the resources that we have. There has to be some disruptive methods in the way that we think and want to take Zambia to another level.
Yeah.
So these are things that are supposed to preoccupy us. The newspapers, the headlines in the newspapers should be talking about development and how Zambians are going to produce champions in these industries. Very quickly, Frank, I mean, you look at lots of opportunities. For instance, we have youths. Under the PF, we introduced youth empowerment programs where youths were to own fuel tankers. And these fuel tankers by now, we should be told that Cooperative A now owns 5 tankers that are transporting fuel. That story has died a natural death. And when you ask me, you find that leaders in the UPND are benefiting from these fuel tankers. They have painted them. You cannot identify them.
Yeah.
The money that is collected from there is the money that they use to corrupt people in by-elections. You find certain ministers always moving with bags of money. Where is this money from? This money is from fuel tankers. And they cannot be punished by their principal because they are helping their principal to finance and fund these by-elections. It's a lost opportunity. Our women, just looking at local industry, looking at commerce, we have uniforms for the army, uniforms for the police, national service, and all. And these uniforms are imported, okay, costing millions of dollars.
Yeah.
What's so complicated about a police uniform? Cooperatives, women in Kasama, women in Mongo, women in Choma, set up in cooperatives, could be given these contracts to sew police uniforms for the police in their localities. If indeed government was serious about women empowerment and youth empowerment, we would have seen these things happen. Yeah. So we have lost opportunities, like I said, in the mining sector, trade, commerce in the industry, agriculture, tourism, and many others. So it's been a wasted 4 years, I'm afraid.
Would you run? Would you run for presidency?
Yes, Frank. You remember that I think some 3 years ago, when our party was looking for a successor to President Lungu, I'm among the 9 that applied and paid the application fee. That process was halted temporarily because there was a rethink by the party. We felt that President Lungu could come back and carry the mantle.
Why do you think you would do a good job?
Well, Frank, I think I have experience, a lot of experience, not only in Parliament. I served as a minister before, and of course in my private life, I was in the private sector. I ran several businesses, so I've got a fair understanding of how a country should run, how an economy should run, how Parliament should run. And also I've learned a lot from the bad examples on how not to run a country from the UPND.
Right.
So, that put together, I feel that I can make a difference in the country.
Dorika's announcement?
It's a welcome idea. We need more people to come in and compete. Because you see, at the end of the day, what is important, which I think was not done previously, we all have a history. We all have a background, Frank. When you start campaigning, you change. You are now campaigning. You are going to be Father Christmas. You are going to be, But we need to look beyond that and look at you as Frank. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Because those are likely to emerge when you're in leadership. So we have our sister Dorika, somebody that I respect a lot. I've known her work, and I've known her for a very long time. So we have to present credible candidates
Absolutely.
Before the Zambian people, and the Zambian people will judge who at a particular time should be able to steer the ship going forward. So she's welcome. We need courageous women, women with impeccable records in their career to come forth and present themselves as candidates going forward.
Council, Member of Parliament, Brand Mundubile,